welcome to this edition of the Countdown to the World Cup 2022, which will take place in Qatar, starting for Bermuda on Sunday. Fully.
Hey.
I see you wearing your Holland jersey, but I'm in a bar right now. I'm actually at Kay's with my cousin Roots. He has a whole host of people here right now, and let's just get them to shout out. Who do they think is going to win the World Cup? Who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
Argentina!
Well, we have Portugal, Argentina, and the host, but fully, you're wearing your Netherlands jersey.
Yes,
So
sir.
clearly, I know who you're for.
Yeah, I got the flag.
I never won anything.
We've never won it. We've been in the final.
You won the Euro in 1988.
Always
You won
surprised.
the Euro, got lucky with that.
Hopefully, this is the year.
But hopefully everybody, well, the 32 teams that are in, hopefully this is the year.
Yep. I mean,
Argentina.
right now we got the goodest chance of anybody. So just
Right.
It works out for us.
So one of the things, as we know, we have a few days left to get to this World Cup, but the long wait of the players standing around, that's over. That is over. We now know teams are actually in Qatar. They are preparing for that long battle, and as we know, it's one of the things where everybody wants to be a part of this World Cup. Now we know there's 209 nations involved in FIFA, but only 32 special ones get every year into the World Cup. And we know the next World Cup is 48. So hopefully you won't be wearing a Netherlands jersey, you'll be wearing a Bermuda jersey if we could actually make it. Your thoughts?
I would love. I mean, I don't think there would be any sporting you to make in the World Cup. Is it likely? Probably not. But I can tell you, there got 65,000 people that would like nothing more than to see us going to the next World Cup.
But you know what? The one thing is, anything's possible because the game's played on the field.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I know we have the young talent. Plenty of people playing overseas and playing at higher levels. So, I mean, we're not gonna say we're not gonna go until can't say we won't do it until, unfortunately, it's fact. But obviously, we live in hope, right?
Yes.
I would love that.
Yeah. So that first game, we know it's Qatar versus Ecuador. I mean, everybody's just waiting for the start. But before we get to that, let's really talk about everyone's had their team announced. Every team is already on their way to Qatar. I mean, looking at all the distractions that are going on around football right now, everything stops for 1 month.
Yep.
I would say, to be honest, the second biggest event in the world outside of the Olympics, because the Olympics is the biggest event in the world. The FIFA World Cup is the second biggest event in the world because it stops the world. Here we are on the eve of it. Your thoughts on just being on the eve of this particular World Cup?
Well, it's definitely different because this is the first one that has resulted in domestic league shutdown. Obviously, it's in Qatar, so the environment that they're playing in dictated it be at a different time. I wouldn't want to I know from a domestic point of view, it's a bit of a downer to me because my club side is doing quite well, but it's
your overseas club team. Let's
overseas club. Yeah,
because we can talk about your local club team. But we'll leave that alone because we're talking World Cup.
We are. So yeah, it's different. And you saw today that I know England and Holland showed up today. So teams
And
are
Wales.
starting to arrive in Qatar.
Yes.
I think once the tournament gets started, there won't be a lot of. It won't be any different than if it was in June and July. You know what I mean? Because once the games start flowing,
Right.
people will just be tuning in and looking forward to the football, which I know I am. So
Yeah. One of the biggest things is that, as you say, once the football gets started, the business on the field takes care of itself. It's the off the field stuff. I mean, you know, you have so many people who probably don't even pay attention to football for 3 years and 11 months, and then you come to the World Cup, and all of a sudden, they have these nations that they support, and you know, one of the things is that when the nation that they support comes out, it's free for all, and that's the beauty of football.
oh, I completely agree with you. I mean, I just know off the top of my head that like the national pride that you see, but you don't even know some people are Italian, English, Dutch. I mean, I've met Dutch folk in Bermuda, and it's wow, you know, I'm just because I grew up watching that fire camp in Mars. Yeah, and the other day I would just think you're a Bermudian. So yeah, that national pride comes out, and you just know that Docksiders will be rammed for the England games. Vasco will be rammed for the Portugal game. Italy has a large contingent, but there this year. You know, the Bermudiana Road crew will be missing, but it's still a good time. I know actually and Canada at the World Cup.
But that actually brings, because Bermuda's made up of so many diverse nations, and that's the good part about it. That when we come to these major festivals, everyone seems to support the country, and they get the respect. And then, you know, it's that friendly banter. There's that let's all come together for this cause, and it kind of you know, goes throughout the entire island, and it's a good thing, because if you look at it, your neighbor could be Portugal on one side, and your other neighbor could be Senegal on the other. But for the World Cup, it's a block party because everybody's playing to win.
And this is the time for it, because right now anybody could win it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Well, realistically, if you look at it, right, every team starts out on zero that has made it to the World Cup, right? And you look at the teams that we know we have big variety of people on our island, such as the Portugal, such as the England, such as, you know, the other countries that basically really want to see their team succeed. And as far as they go, so as you can tell, the World Cup hasn't started, but in this bar it has started. You know, they're celebrating, hoping that their team actually wins the World Cup. But in the end, there's only going to be one winner at the finals. But with what's going on in the world and around the world wins with the World Cup.
Yeah, it should. This World Cup's got a lot of off-field issues. So you gotta hope that once football starts. I mean, these issues are very relevant, and they deserve to, you know, they deserve to be protested. But the start on Friday, and it's gonna, once it starts, like it's going to be a good time.
One of the most important things, I just really want to show a couple of videos that. So this is leaving the airport in Qatar as you drive out. I mean, if you look at it, they have all the countries that have made it to the World Cup represented. You're driving through. What an amazing sight! What else would you feel other than football at this time? That you're driving through, you know, to see what's going on.
Yeah, it definitely looks incredible. I mean, even the stadiums they've built, they're all brand new. So it'll be a good time. I mean, yes, you see the seats with the TVs in them and stuff. Very plus. I do know some people that are attending, and the ticket prices weren't cheap. So it was a good. It's going to be a good time for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things that we talk about and that we see. I mean, they dress the buildings. They're ready to host the world. There's a lot of talk about the negative side of Qatar, but when the World Cup's on, basically, it's about the game. It's about everything other than the politics side of it.
Yeah, and just on that, I mean, Netflix has just released a series that kind of explains the negative side of things. So if people haven't seen that, they should go watch it. But again, it's starting, it's not going to be denied now. So hopefully we can see a great tournament of football.
Yeah. We've lost your picture, but we can still hear you. So we'll continue on the conversation. So we're going to be here live every night from the start of the World Cup at 8 p.m., bringing you coverage of the day's play and previewing the next day's play. So hopefully, even if by chance your team gets knocked out, we'll still be here to bring everybody the day's coverage and the next day's coverage. So just looking at it from a standpoint of World Cup, it's exciting time. We're ready. The world's ready. The players are ready. Let the games begin.
Yeah, 100%. The one of the better parts of this World Cup that people aren't talking about is the players are all playing and they're in form. So those form players are going to be the ones that make the biggest difference.
Yeah. So again, folks, join us Saturday evening at 8 p.m. and we'll bring you a preview of the first match between host Qatar and Ecuador. First match. So let me ask you, I know I'm going to ask you this on Saturday. What's your thoughts on that
I
first match?
can't hear you, but
I think I've lost fully, but that will be our Saturday night feature, Qatar versus Ecuador. We'll be back on Saturday night to talk more World Cup, FIFA World Cup 2022. Enjoy your night.